This news update is brought to you by
Grab somebody and tell them hello. Pure happiness will be connect to flow. Smile and cheer because that is we flow. Grab somebody and tell them hello. With your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow, yeah. Grab somebody and tell them this is how we flow. Pure happiness will be connect to flow.
This is the Barbados Today evening news update for Wednesday, July 29th. Thank you for joining us. I am Mary Claire Williams. The Barbados Chamber of Industry and Commerce is calling for a speedy resolution to the impasse between customs officers and government over plans to merge the department with the Barbados Revenue Authority. Customs officers have been on a go-slow for more than a month. They are protesting the proposed merger of the Customs Department with the Barbados Revenue Authority. But the BCCI says their action has resulted in a shortage of some items. Executive Director Lisa Gale says the BCCI has written to the Minister of Industry, the Acting Comptroller of Customs, the Barbados Port Incorporated, as well as the Commissioner of the BRA, outlining its concerns.
I mean, we've heard from varying sectors, so there's no one sector that has a greater impact versus another sector. But we have had that call from a number of persons. In fact, on Friday, we were also compounded with another challenge as it relates to the recalculation of value-added tax on products. And it seems as though goods that are of CARICOM origin have started being, I don't know if it is incorrectly, but as we stand right now, it looks like an effectual 39.5%, and that is a challenge. So what we've done, we've written to the BRA, and we've also called, we've sought the audience of the Comptroller of Customs as well as the Minister of Industry, and they did commit to looking into it as quick as possible.
Meanwhile, Industry Minister Don Villinis tells Barbados Today he is particularly concerned that the officers are not considering the consequences of their action. But he says while the country is beginning to run low on some supplies, it is not yet at the point to cause panic.
Well, the thing that saddens me is that these folks who take industrial action invariably get their paychecks on time, 25th day of the month. But they seem to very little regard for the people in the private sector, for example, who may lose their jobs or lose income for those who work, do job work, etc., because they've not been able to get supplies in to operate their own business. And those are the people that I worry the most about. The public officers are going to get paid, and they're going to get paid on time, and they're going to get the full amount.
In news from the courts now, the mother accused of harboring her daughters was released on $10,000 bail when she appeared in court earlier today. Barbara Bailey of number 8 Groset's Court, St. Michael, was not required to plead for the indictable offense that while knowing her daughters Shakira and Tiffany Bailey had committed an arrestable offense of aggravated burglary and other offenses. She concealed them in a wardrobe in order to impede their arrest or prosecution. She is due back in court on September 3rd. The two sisters also appeared in court today and were remanded. The Caribbean Court of Justice has turned down a request from the Barbados government to prevent a convicted drug trafficker from appealing his conviction and sentence before the regional court. The judgment was handed down this morning from the CCJ Port of Spain headquarters by Justice Nelson via video conference. It was also witnessed here in a special room of the Barbados Supreme Court by Director of Public Prosecution Charles Leacock and attorneys for the prisoner Rowan Rambaran. DPP Leacock had argued that Rambaran failed and or blatantly refused to file his notice of appeal within the legally prescribed period. But the three-man panel rejected the argument and granted the prisoner the right to appear before the court on December 1st and appeal the order of the local court of appeal. Rambaran was indicted with 5 others on 6 charges of importation, possession, and trafficking of cocaine. He was convicted and sentenced in 2009 to concurrent terms ranging from 15 to 30 years. The Barbados Tourism and Marketing Incorporated says an aggressive social market drive is partly responsible for the influx of visitors to the island in the first half of this year. BTMI CEO William Billy Griffith says an improved website as well as a number of recent social media campaigns helped Barbados to record its highest ever number of tourists in almost 3 decades. He adds that the BTMI is also looking to enhance its offering to the visitors.
Noticed that over the years, the dynamic of the cruise ship visitor coming off the ship on the port and walking into Bridgetown and shopping and walking back has changed. So I think in terms of how we develop product, where we develop the product and how we market to them, we want to be in a position that we expose more of the island and the island attractions while on board as well. So we are discussing with the cruise ships in terms of how we enhance the entire video content, how we promote to all the visitors on board.
Finance Minister Chris Sinclair is being called on to put the interest of Barbadians and the planet first when making decisions about financing development. This call came from Kyan Skeet, representing the Action 2015 Caribbean campaign in association with the Caribbean Policy Development Center. This morning, the group handed over a petition signed by over 400 Barbadians to the Finance Minister. And they say they plan to hold finance administrators accountable for living up to the Addis Ababa Action Agenda by ensuring the necessary resources for the implementation of the Sustainable Development.
And we are here to deliver to you our postcard petition. Our postcard petition has been an activity that we've taken place over the past week or so here locally in Barbados, where we have gone out to the average Barbadian citizen. From across our public events to churches to networks, we've had the Caribbean Women's Associations helping out the Caribbean Youth Environmental Network. We've also had the Barbados Heart and Stroke Foundation, all lending support, the Barbados Vagrants and Homeless Society as well. And we are coming to you today to tell you, as a representative of government, the need to invest in people. Put people and planet first. So as you sit in your negotiations across the world, as you sit and you secure development financing, there is a need to ensure that you provide resources for the people and the planet.
In sports, Tyson Brown has won Barbados' first gold medal at this year's Special Olympics in Los Angeles. He won in the 400 meters competition. Meanwhile, Patrick Hines won bronze in the boche singles. It is his second medal of the Games after winning silver in the unified team boche.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
CBC is bringing Crop Over your way. Enjoy the color, the sights, and the sounds of the Barbados Crop Over Festival. Simply log on to www.barbadostoday.bb and book your favorite event. For just $25 or 51 Barbados dollars each, you can watch Soco Royale or Piccadilly Crop Finals. And for just $10 or 21 Barbados dollars, overseas viewers can watch Grand Kadooment. Be in the festival. Log on to www.barbadostoday.bb and book now. With CBC and Barbados Today, Crop Over is only a click away.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Got it in my hand, yeah. My Barbados, my bank. Got to understand, yeah. My Barbados, my bank. Ain't nothing like a core bank spare. None of them others just can't compare. You just got to love that taste. It's the world-class thing this land makes. Whether I'm cruising or at a bar, whether I'm at home, my bank spare is never far. For this blessing, got to give God thanks. My Barbados, my bank.
News from the region, we go to Trinidad, where prison escapee Christopher Selby is expected to be charged with a number of offenses following his escape last Friday. Selby and two other prisoners, Hassan Atwell and Alan Martin, broke out of the Port of Spain jail. Police Constable Sherman Maynard was killed in a police shootout with the escapees. Martin was also killed, and Hassan Atwell's body was found by the police over the weekend. Selby turned himself in on Sunday, saying he feared for his life. He's expected to be charged with murder, escaping lawful custody, and other offenses. In international news, the Afghan government today confirmed that Taliban leader Mullah Omar died 2 years ago in Pakistan. The government also says information on his death is credible. The latest reports of Mullah Omar's death are being taken more seriously than previous reports. Under his leadership, the Taliban offered safe haven to al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden. This preceded the U.S. military action in Afghanistan after the September 11 terror attacks in 2001. And that's the news. For more news, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also, tune in to Channel 101 on Lime TV or Mix 96.9 FM. I am Mary Claire Williams. Good evening.